I'm the golden son while playing a GBA game. Brain off the scale to thinking he mean weight gain. No surge, electrify the mind. I'm in charge of the buzz, get your power stripped. I'm my own plug, you the socket. Lent more punchlines, the trash in your pocket. Ask you to stop it. More than rap, this composite, you gossip, I rock it. See the variation? It don't matter black or white, bring the drama, Perry Mason. I'm adjacent to the destined, counting all my blessings while they selling their soul. No, you gotta be desperate like them housewives. Hear the real with my mouth wide, calves going north, but they still hear the south side in me. These rappers are actors who giving out Emmys. Find me a Denny's looking prouder than Penny without an Oscar. I'ma lay it proper. Father, this sound ironic, didn't have a papa for most of my life. Foster home to home. Don't let me start. Comment, tell me about real love. It starts in the heart, not the pants. Born without a chance. Probably met Destiny plenty times and noticed when she glanced at me. When you dance with me, who would've known these dreamers become fans of me? Put up your hands for me. Such a sky, the model we grew up with. Bumping that old Wayne, about to see if this truck fit in my garage. I'm kidding, no car, but I got drive. Even if I retire, never be top 5. I survived the rugged terrain. Determination in my brain, God help me find joy through the pain, gain clarity that I share to the masses. Same kid, they dreaming in classes. Future look disastrous. Time for the heroes and less facets. Clean air, less gases. But y'all know what I'm trying to convey. Chase streams, play games, watch a few anime. Found a path to be great, not a moment to waste. Mama check it, don't worry, I'm straight. We gon' take it to the top of the globe. Spread love, realest quote that I wrote. You know, sky's the limit. All my life I was sober. We surpassing that with each episode. Behold, a new episode. New day, a new episode. A new day, a new day, a new episode. A new day, a new episode. A new day, a new. Go ahead, let them throw that shade. You gotta wait to see the picture. Old Kodak days, don't go that way. They songs all filler, and it shows not at the museum. Fans never been stellar. Pin Dilla, shows a route set score. I ain't trying to be known by a number like the kids next door. My lord, they want us in cages or the seats, cause we fresh to death. Cash is short, baby, we cool. Me, I'm nothing but a kid from the boondocks, writing living color. Different word in my boombox, chilling in my afternoon socks with a cute thing. Excuse the missed call, they didn't notice you rang. Sharp tongue from the heavens, we thinking outside of the box. They call him Stoop Kid, never lead his steps. No one knows of his woes, cause he keeps to himself in seclusion. But me, I had to find out his story, so I sat by his stoop. He said his name's Corey. Told me how he used to be in love with a dame, but she left about as fast as she came. Said the sky's never been the same. Air's less fresh, chemtrails blank in the sky, and we compressed to a perfect world that we created within the mind. We blind to the truth as the days unwind. He finds happiness and watch the time go by. He asked, do you know why? Cause at least I'll know when we die. Society's engulfed in trends, and it's hard to find friends when your vision ain't the same through the lens. A cleanse what we need, but our pride won't accept it. Love's like a precious baby girl, and I'm wishing that we kept it. Neglected all our principles, kids laughing at me every day. How conventional, all one-dimensional. I wish I was invincible, I would just fly away. Aim for the sun, hope to land in a higher place. That's my escape from reality. Life is a dream, but it seems we've been sleeping in ravines. For now, I'ma chill with the ranting. Sit up on my stoop while the kids keep chanting. Stoop kids afraid to leave the stoop. Stoop kids afraid to leave it. 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 Stoop. A tear rolls down the cheek. He asks, how did life become bleak? We used to seek joy, now we lost in translation of the language called money. I pity our generation. I told him I agree, but you looking at the downside. It's a bigger world outside the walls you hide, and I can guide you to a new state of mind if you let me. But hearts can't receive what the soul isn't ready for. Look, life is a metaphor, it's up to you to find a meaning. You can't stand for something if you steadily leaning on pillars of self-loathing. Imagine what you're missing in addition to beautiful life that you ain't even living. Places that you never been, people that you'll never meet. Happiness if you're willing to seek beyond the stoop of your seclusion, but really just a barrier to block away the image of a place much scarier called reality. Well, he stopped me mid-sentence, took a step down like a sinner doing repentance. Said he wanna take a chance, thanks for the referral. Safe to say this boy's gonna finally leave the world. So stoop kids gonna leave it. Stoop kids.
Are you ready?
songs, they prefer the lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear, back again. We are doing another round of Blerd Talking Ish. We are doing it again. This is, man, it's one of those things. I feel like just like the Blerd Cave is going to get to a point where it's going to feel like I've been doing these forever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But how's everybody doing tonight or today? Depending on where you are when you watch this, I have no idea. But I see we got PM in here, Gerald Boza. I see beautiful Jocko in here, Deku Venom, Decovenum, Deku Venom, Deculus Venom, SFC Cape Killer in here, Rain's up in here, Future Killer 2020. Was this Mevin, Sobek, X-Triv? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Hopefully staying safe, staying healthy. Real quick, I actually wasn't gonna talk about this right off the rips. I didn't want to bring the mood down, but we did get some news today. Actually this morning, I believe. And it was something that kind of struck me. I only noticed it because this guy actually had acted in, I believe, one or two, I guess, kind of geek culture films. So it kind of caught my eye. But real quick, I just want to kind of send out some positive energy from the Blerd delegation. Out to the Irfan, and I probably pronounced his name all kinds of fucked up, but Irfan Khan has passed away. I don't really 100% know what the circumstances are surrounding his death, because I mean it literally just kind of occurred. But this morning, come to find out, he had in fact passed away. So just want to send out some prayers. I hate the idea of thoughts and prayers. I think it's dumb, but just want to send out positive energy, positive vibes. The man. Real quick, we got us a super chat here. No, didn't even have anything to say. Just wanted to drop $2 worth of support, which I appreciate. The delegation appreciates this. Yeah, like once again, super chats, lifeblood of the channel. It helps keep things pushing. He keeps the wheels greased. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciation. Many blessings. But yeah, just kind of like I said, I didn't want to bring the mood down, so to speak. But it was just something that kind of struck me as just like, wow, because the guy, he literally had lost his mother the week prior. Like I said, you see here, he was age 53. That is ridiculously young in my eyes. My stepfather passed away at the age of 53. I think it was 52, 53, maybe, no, 53. And yeah, just, that's really young for someone, to pass away. It doesn't matter if he's an actor, singer, dishwasher, chimney sweep, whatever. Just is one of those things. Struck me as odd. The guy had been in movies like, Life of Pi, Amazing Spider-Man. I think he was only in the first Amazing Spider-Man. He was in Jurassic World. He's been in tons of other movies. He's a big Bollywood guy. And just want to send, some positive energy, towards his family. That said, we're gonna I want to get us back into the usual. Now we got that out of the way. We're gonna get back to the usual fuckery that we usually get into. Hey, let's go ahead and welcome Corey Link to the Blerd Club. That's my guy right there. Welcome and coming in, Blerd Club Gold. Much appreciated. Many thanks. Thank you so very much for that. Once again, not only are super chats lifeblood of the channel, but so are channel memberships. You click that join button. You will get early access to videos before the general public does, and you will also get access to exclusive videos that I put out. I got a couple of exclusives I'm working on right now. I got to get those out, but it's been a while. You would think with this whole COVID, this bitch Carol fucking Baskins going on, I would have more time. You think I would have more time? I actually don't. I actually do way more work now than I did beforehand. Makes no sense. Yes. And actually, I want to also point out. That, just like what Michael Rawley was saying, international context is this guy was a very important actor in Bollywood. That's very, very correct. Irfan Khan was, he was a big guy, man. Like I said, most people probably have no clue who he is. But, probably think about the way that actors like Sir Patrick Stewart are cherished over in the UK. Think about the way we cherish actors over here, like Denzel Washington or Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, Samuel L. Jackson. He was kind of that, but in the realm of Bollywood. Just think to put some context on it. But yeah, once again, just want to say thank you. Thank you is much appreciated. By the way, since we're all in here, as we get ready to jump into some fuckery here in a minute, I do want to remind you that we got over 50 people in here. Let's go ahead, man. Smash that like button so we can go ahead, press this shit up into the stratosphere, make YouTube see us, make them recognize Blerd Koa for the treasure that we are. And speaking of treasures. Okay, so I like to think of our community, Blerd Koa, Blerd Conda, the Blerd Delegation, Blerd Army, whatever the hell we call it this weekend. I like to think of us as a family. So that said, I want to point out that there's some craziness going on right now, and I feel like just kind of like when Marvel and Disney and Sony they were beefing over Spider-Man. They're having like a public divorce. I kind of feel the same way about what's going on right now between AMC and Universal Pictures right now. Just it's thing of beauty. By the way, we got Wagner Colbert coming through with a $5 super chat. Just coming in to show some love and support. Much appreciated. Thank you. Many blessings. Like I said, cannot say thank you enough. But that said, let's get, man, this story is just, it's insane to me. It is insane to me because I feel like, I feel like this is, my parents having a public, divorce. Not my parents. Probably more like my aunt and my uncle. Or maybe a cousin. Yeah, it's not that important. But still, it's something I think that people are going to kind of downplay and not realize the significance of on here. But let's take a look at it. So AMC is going to be banning Universal Pictures films. And this probably seems like nothing. Probably doesn't seem terribly important. But it really is. Now, what is this all coming from? This is a story that kind of came to us by way of comicbookresources.com. Let's get a little sip of some agua. There we go. That's the medicine. Okay, so AMC Theaters is refusing to play Universal films following the studio's decision to move Trolls World Tour to VOD and later comments made by NBC Universal CEO Jeff Shell. Now, they had recently just announced that they got $100 million in VOD rentals over its first 3 weeks of Trolls World Tour being released. And I know that you're probably sitting there thinking like, oh man, it's fucking Trolls World Tour. What the fuck? Who cares? But here's the thing you got to think about. The first Trolls movie had initially grossed over $153.7 million domestically. This movie made $100 million. You're probably saying, well, wait a minute, that's not as much as... That's not as much as the first movie, so why are they making a big deal about it? The thing is that Universal Pictures, they make more money. They get a bigger share of the profits off of video on demand versus going up to a theater and someone like let's say, okay, what is a theater ticket? Let's say average $10. I don't know. Depends on what time you go. They don't get a bigger cut of that $10 as they do that, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Trolls was shooting for like $20 a pop, because most of these video-on-demand movies that were in theaters or were supposed to be in theaters, most of them were $20. So that not only were they charging more, they were getting more money out of that. So they probably actually made, like, from a, when you get to like the bottom line aspect of it, they likely made more money off of Trolls World Tour going to video on demand than the first Trolls movie going to theaters. And that's a scary thing for movie theaters, because now they're sweating. They're like, oh, wait a minute. These guys are starting to figure out they don't need us. And now, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that anyone should, eschew the theater. I love the movie-going experience. I'm a huge fan of going to the movie theater, but it is ridiculously expensive. That said, we just got a $5 super chat from Rico G, the boogeyman, up in this bitch. And he says, just heard about this. AMC's big mad. Said they cutting off everybody who doing the VOD. Goddamn it! I love the fact. I love the fact that this is some straight up like this is. This is almost like two people having a Twitter beef. This is almost like two people having a straight up Twitter beef. I am here. I'm here for it. I want it. Give it to me. Deku Venom comes through with the $2 super chat. Says, AMC picked Trolls as the hill to die on. Wild. Well, no, here's the messed up part. Okay, so here, I'm gonna blow y'all's minds here. A lot of the articles that are talking about this whole thing, this whole AMC Universal beef, here's the thing that they aren't talking about. Okay, so here's the thing they're not discussing. They are not discussing the fact that those weren't Trolls that was not the only movie. Trolls World Tour was not the only movie they released on video on demand. It was actually not. It was but one. It was but one of the many movies that they released on video on demand. Matter of fact, for those who don't know, you're probably sitting there thinking yourself, well, what all movies do they have? Do they even have any movies that are worth a damn outside of that? Well, here's where things get interesting. Here's the thing you gotta remember. This is the same studio who gives you the Fast and Furious franchise. This is the same studio who gave you, not just the Fast and Furious franchise, but Kick-Ass, the Riddick movies. Let's see here. I'm also here. Let's cut over to, let's see here. What else we got in here? I see Jurassic World. A lot of the Jurassic Park movies have come out under the Universal banner. You also have to remember that the Purge movies come out under the Universal banner. Let's see what some other ones are. Get Out came out under the Universal banner. Let's see here. What else? The Mummy movies, all of them. The Halloween franchise. Let's see here. What else we got? I'm looking through here. Oh, by the way, now we're getting into more 2020 movies. They also released a couple of other movies that came out during the first part of the quarantine, and that was The Hunt, which was very divisive. It was a Blumhouse Productions movie, and also The Invisible Man, which was also released on video on demand. We also can't forget Dolittle, which came out earlier this year, and it's looking ugly. Not to mention, we got to remember that we're not done here yet, because we still have other movies that are coming out for Universal, because you got to remember, the new Candyman is coming out under the Universal banner. Let's see here. Halloween Kills, The Forever Purge, The Croods Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, or it'll be Prehistoric Boogaloo. You also gotta remember The Boss Baby 2, Fast and Furious 9, Jurassic World Dominion. Let's see, Halloween Ends. We also can't forget the sequel to the movie that people hated, way out of turn, the Addams Family, the CG animated reboot, the one that everybody said, oh, it looks dumb, it looks stupid, it looks weird, and then all of a sudden people realize, wait a minute, this is actually what the Addams Family looked like back when they were a comic serial strip, way before they were ever a live action TV show. Go figure. But anyways, we got another super chat in here. This is Mojo88 coming through with a $50 super chat. I can't sing. Anyway, says, thank you, Irvin Kahn, for your parts in The Amazing Spider-Man, Life of Pi, The Lunchbox, Jurassic World, Inferno, and many, many, many Bollywood movies. Namaste. Thank you for that. And yes, thank you. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you, Mojo88, for not just putting respect on this channel's name, but putting respect on Khan's name. Because, yeah, like I said, once again, I think a lot of people will probably hear that name, see the mention of his passing, and not give it the respect or what's what I'm looking for, just the reverence that it probably deserves. Yeah, just because I think a lot of people just aren't, I think a lot of American movie-going audiences aren't as familiar with it. It's kind of like one of those situations where, like, you see an actor who you see in a lot of different movies, but you don't necessarily know who they are, but you don't realize they're actually a much bigger deal. It's kind of when people see Donnie Yen. When American audiences see Donnie Yen, they don't think of Donnie Yen. I mean, I'm talking about general audiences, I'm not talking about us, but general audiences see a guy like Donnie Yen, and they think, oh, I mean, I always see this guy in, bit parts and, other movies. I don't really know who he is. But you go back to China and you bring up the name Donnie Yen, people are gonna be like, "Oh, dude, that guy's a legend." And that's kind of that is what Irfan Khan is. Just in the spectrum of Bollywood. But yes, but thank you once again. Thank you for that. Thank you, much appreciated. And just blessings to you. But yeah, I'm just throwing these out here. I'm just spitting these out here. There are a lot of movies. These are a lot of movies that are going to not be seen in a theater. If in an AMC theater. I'm not saying now. One thing we can't dismiss is that other theater chains have come out and said a little something about this as well. Regal Cinema, which is basically the where you get Cineworld, which we don't really have those around here, not in my area at least. They have also stepped out and said something. They said that Cineworld's policy with respect to the window is clear, well known in the industry, and is part of our commercial deal with our movie suppliers. We invest heavily in our cinemas across the globe, and this allows the movie studios to provide customers all around the world to watch the movies in the best experience. There's no argument that the big screen is the best way to watch a movie. And basically, yeah, they they ain't happy either. And they actually went on to say that the release of Trolls World Tour on premium video on demand was completely inappropriate. And Cineworld will not be showing movies that fail to respect the windows, as it does not make any economic sense for us. So yeah, and here's the thing. I hate saying shit like this, but I can see a little bit of fault on both sides. I can actually see both sides of this picture. Now, let's go down here. This is basically just more about what we just talked about originally, but Universal has come out and said that yes, we feel we made the correct move in doing what we did. They were like, hey, we own this. They've actually come out and said that yes. You see Vin Diesel sitting right there. He's like, oh, y'all ain't gonna show my movie. Well, that ain't very family of you. But no, AMC said, no, we ain't showing you shit because y'all motherfuckers got Too Fast and Too Furious, god damn it. But no, basically what they've come out and said is that in a statement released down here, they said that our goal in releasing Trolls World Tour on PVOD was to deliver entertainment to people who are sheltering at home, while movie theaters and other forms of outside entertainment are unavailable. Based on the enthusiastic response to the film, we believe we made the right move. In fact, given the choice of not releasing Trolls World Tour, which would not only have prevented consumers from experiencing the movie, but also negatively impacted our partners and employees, the decision was clear. So, I mean, they feel they did the right thing. And they've also going to say they expressed disappointment in AMC's statement, basically clarifying the studio's decision to release future films in theaters and on VOD would be done when necessary. And they said the studio has also made the point to reaffirm its dedication to the theatrical experience. They say that our desire has always been to efficiently deliver entertainment to as wide an audience as possible. We absolutely believe in the theatrical experience and have made no statement to the contrary. As we stated earlier, going forward, we expect to release future films directly to theaters as well as on PVOD when that distribution outlet makes sense. We look forward to having additional private conversations with our exhibition partners, but are disappointed by the seemingly coordinated attempt from AMC and NATO to confuse our position and our actions. I love how Universal's like, nah, motherfuckers, y'all out here trying to drum up controversy where there is none. I actually look. Some of y'all may not understand where that statement is coming from, but anyone raised in them streets know exactly what that statement said. That statement said, "Oh no, y'all better keep our name out your mouth. If you want to talk, you got my number. You call me, and we can talk." But you out here yipping and yapping and talking big, got your chest all poked out like this, putting bass in your voice. When you out here with these Twitter fingers, keep that same energy when you come holler at me on that phone call. That's basically what that said. God damn it. What does it see? The real revelation says, let's see, come with the $7 super chat. Says, want to know what you think of BCN? What do I think of BCN? First off, wait, let me make sure we're on the same page here. As far as BCN goes, let's see here. Because I'm wondering, there is a BCN, and then there's other stuff. Hey, what's going on, Dean? What's going on, Melda? Look, y'all already know. Y'all know the vibes. Already. Let's see here. Oh, you're about the track. Yes, I like the track. a lot. I actually commented back about it. I actually really enjoyed it. That was one you hit me about in the comments for the Black Justice League video that I did, if I am not mistaken. Yes. I haven't heard. I don't think I've actually heard the track yet. But I read the lyrics that you put down. I did really enjoy them. I see. Oh, wait. We got another one. Jamal Simmons with the $10 super chat. Coming through saying, "Hey Blerd, I just wanted to know what new Marvel and DC movies might come out after the viruses. Blerd rules. Thank you. Actually, thank both of you. Real Revelation, Jamal Simmons, both for those super chats. Basically, what you've got is after if this ever ends, you've got Black Widow, which I believe is going to be releasing in November. I believe is the new release date. The updated release date, because it was originally supposed to come out like last weekend. This past weekend was originally when it was supposed to come out. But if I'm not mistaken, they actually have gone ahead and changed that date. I believe it's November the 6th now. And then going from November the 6th, I believe it is in, we actually talked about this in the Blerd Cave the other day. Let me pull that story back up. The updated Marvel movie schedule actually has kind of, okay, so basically, the Eternals has been pushed to, February, 12, 2021. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, is going to be May 7th, 2021. The Spider-Man, the third Spider-Man sequel, is going to be November 5th, 2021. And then February 11th, 2022. That one actually didn't get pushed back. That got moved forward because it was originally like a week and then 2 weeks later. Thor, Love and Thunder. And then March 25th of 2022, we'll have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And if I am not mistaken, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel was originally, I think, supposed to come out around that same time. And I think it's gotten pushed back to like April or May. Okay. 2021, it's going to be wild. Throwing it out there. It's going to be wild. I see we got some JoJo's fans in here. What's going on, King Jigga? How you doing? I said, pop the trunk on their ass. They need to pull the bucket cap back. Dude, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, like I said, man, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. I mean, look, they were out here. Look, AMC was out here talking that wild, spicy bullshit, and then Regal came out talking that same spicy bullshit. Let me tell y'all, look, if this is one of the reasons why I enjoy doing this stream, this particular version of stream, because this is like, dude, y'all are out here causing some bullshit for no reason. For no goddamn reason. Y'all are just out here causing problems. Look, here's the thing. Does every movie that was supposed to come out right now need to be released on VOD because of the quarantine? No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all, because I do feel like some movies deserve a theatrical release treatment, because those are honestly the best ways to watch the movie a lot of times. I mean, maybe not in some aspects, but, you know, definitely in others. It depends on the movie. It's on a case-by-case basis. Like a horror movie, or not even a horror movie, but a suspense thriller like The Invisible Man, I actually think is a way better experience at home, because you can be at home, minding your own business, doing your own thing. You can have the lights off exactly the way you want. You can set the atmosphere exactly the way you want it. A movie like, I would say Black Widow. I would rather, because that is a big tentpole Marvel movie, it's going to be action-packed, it's going to have all kinds of crazy shots and effects and stuff like that, I would rather see that in the theater. Now, that said, I could make a case for releasing, even though I know Disney has no interest in doing this, I could make a case for releasing Black Widow right now on video on demand, and then maybe testing the waters to see if people will go see it in the theater, like on a re-release, because the Russos have already said they are re-releasing, or wanting to re-release, they're lobbying to re-release Endgame and Infinity War in theaters again to help kickstart the movie theaters after this whole quarantine thing, you know, ends out. So I could totally see it. I could totally see it. But it's one of those things that I could see that backfiring if the Black Widow movie is not good. But that said, I don't think that's going to be the case. Jamal Simmons coming through with a $5 super chat. Says, also, what do you think about the Sonic movie and Birds of Prey? I know it's late, just want to know your opinion. Actually, I can give you those. Sonic, I think, is just fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with Sonic. I think it's a fine movie. It's not offensive. It is very inoffensive. It is not the train wreck that I think a lot of people expect it to be. And honestly, I think very little of that has to do with the changes to the character's CGI design, because they didn't change the movie. They didn't change the script. They didn't change what was going to happen in the movie. They just changed what the character looked like. And I think that made it easier. I think had they have kept the original design, people probably would not have liked the movie as much, but they wouldn't be bitching about it as much either. But since they went ahead and changed the character, I think people are actually praising it a little more than they would have if they hadn't. If that makes any sense. I think the movie still would have been just as good regardless, but I think just people are just like, yeah, they hang up on those things. It's a CGI character. I mean, I didn't really care. It's just one of those things. I don't have that kind of... I grew up with Sonic and still don't have that kind of nostalgia that other people have for the character. Birds of Prey, I thought Birds of Prey, also, inoffensive, fine, a good movie, entertained me. I will admit that the movie is not targeted towards me as an audience. That is one thing I will say about the movie. That is not a bad thing, though. That's like, case in point. One of my favorite movies of all time is Silver Linings Playbook. That movie is not, I am not that movie's target audience, but I still love it. I love it in spite of that, because a lot of times I think what happens is people see a movie and they just assume that, yes, this movie, just because it's based on a comic book, it's supposed to be targeted at me. No, it's not. It's targeted at female comic fans. It's targeted at women. And I'll be the first one to admit, a lot of the women that I know that have seen the movie, they love it. Matter of fact, I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't think it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life, but I mean, it also wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Actually, I rather enjoyed it. Would I go out of my way to watch it again? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. If it was on, I'd watch it again. But I mean, that's also kind of goes down the whole thing that I don't think every movie has to be like a cinematic experience that you have to enjoy or have to be able to enjoy on multiple times. It's kind of like a movie like, case in point, 12 Years a Slave. I think it's an amazing movie. I could only watch it once. And some people will say that's apples and oranges, but I'm just saying, using it as an example of a movie that I think is amazing that I would never watch more than maybe one time. I'll give you another one, Logan. I think Logan is a beautiful, well-shot movie. I've only seen it once. And I do not go out of my way to see it. If I see it's on TV, I actually skip it and move on to something else. But no, I thought Birds of Prey was good. It was, I liked most of the depictions of the characters in that movie, with the exception of Cassandra Cain. Cassandra Cain is the one thing in that movie I was like, no. That actress could have been playing any other character. Bad DC. But no, anyways, moving along. Let's see here. Exactly. It's just fun. It's fine. I think we have this thing though, like, yeah, I feel like people have this thing where they feel like everything has to be either great or horrible. And I remember, I've talked about this before, this old joke. If you ever used to watch the G4 channel, Attack of the Show, I'm showing some age here, but they used to have this joke about IGN, and they say, oh, here's, we're a video game review show that doesn't rate games from 7 to 10. Kind of making fun of the fact that IGN and a lot of other like major video game outlets, they only rate things as being good or amazing, and very rarely ever are like, ooh, this is awful. Now they're a little better about it, but yeah, even still. But that said, I think, honestly, I'm curious to see how this affects Fast and Furious, because Fast and Furious is a big moneymaker. I want to see if other studios get behind what AMC is trying to do. Like, I want to see, like, if was it who owns? You know what? I'm gonna look this up. Let's see, AMC movie theater. Let me see here. I want to see what movie theaters, like, what all is under AMC's what all is under the AMC banner? Because let's see here. Because I don't think we have AMC theaters in my area. I'm just gonna, no thanks, I'm good. I'm looking right now, as a matter of fact. Memphis, Tennessee, which is where I live. The closest AMC movie theater to me is AMC Classic in Dyersburg, which is about an hour away from where I live. So yeah, I'm good. And then we have them in, apparently, Nashville, Tennessee, Cashville. It seems like that's all they have is AMC theaters. They may have other ones, but yeah, okay, so it just depends on where you live. AMC is technically a pretty big chain of theaters, just not in the area that I live in. Like, I get Malco, so, I mean, it's whatever. But I'm curious. Like, what about y'all? Like, who lives in an area where it's predominantly AMC theaters? Because I want to see exactly how many people are not going to get that Fast and Furious money. Let's see here. Look, Darth AV said, you miss G4 X-Play? Yeah, I do too. I miss it too. The real life adaptation of the Avatar coming to Netflix. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna have to see something on it. I hope it doesn't suck. You think they will make a Kirby movie live action or Yu-Gi-Oh live action movie? I think you'd be more likely to see a Yu-Gi-Oh live action movie, and it probably won't be good. It'll probably come from Japan. Then, actually, I take that back. Depends on who's directing. You get Takashi Miike, who's been, let's see, what he did JoJo's. He did Big Yokai War. He did Blade of the Immortal. And if I'm not mistaken, he did Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So this guy is 4 for 4 on anime, manga adaptations. Get him. I think you got a movie. I think you got a movie if you get him. But anyone else? Just saying. Let's see. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, going into, you say AMC in Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, yeah, at least at the other end of the state near Chattanooga. Okay, yeah, so yeah, y'all have them, like, so yeah, right, see, in East Tennessee, or not East Tennessee, West Tennessee, we don't have them. West Tennessee, we don't have them, so it's like, it's one of those things, kind of like, well, and here's the other thing. I'm not even necessarily going to say I'm going to go out and see Fast and Furious 9 day one anyway. I usually do. Except for, I usually see the Fast and Furious movies early, but I actually didn't see Fast 8 until, like, I think it was damn near on, yeah, no, it was actually on, it was by the time it was released on home video. Let's see here. Darth AVU ain't shit. I'm in Houston, where a good portion of the theaters are AMC, but I go out of my way to a movie tavern / studio movie grill. I don't blame you. North Chester has 16 AMC theaters. Wow, they're wildin'. Majority AMC here in Detroit, but there's other theaters here that I'll watch it as. It says a lot of them are changing to Regal theaters now. That's what Real saying. So you ain't missing much by not having AMC. Yeah, I think I was missing shit. Fuck AMC. I don't give a fuck. And I don't. Well, you know what? Here, let me see something. Let me see something. Regal Cinemas, Memphis. We have. I don't. Ooh. I think we do have one. I think we actually have one. Nope, lies. We don't have one here. We don't have any Regal Cinemas here in Memphis, Tennessee. So fuck them. They are everywhere else in Tennessee, but here. They don't give a shit about us over in this bitch. Man, oh, dude, we got back. Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta put some. We gotta stop. We gotta put some respect for a minute. Hold on. I feel like we gotta have a praise break. Hold on. We got the $10 super chat from LJ Mac 03. I was trying to sing that in the key of Unbreak My Heart, which was probably awful. But thank you. Just doesn't even have a question. Just wanted to say, what up, fam? Thank you. Blessings, King, for that $10 super chat. You'll have no idea how much that means, to this old Blerd. this old Blerd who's just sitting here telling kids to get off his stoop, get out of his yard. Good God. And of course, we got to get the $5 super chat from Roach Geese. What are your thoughts on the rumors on Legendary Studios doing a mobile suit Gundam? You know what? Okay. So first and foremost, thank you for that super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you, my guy, Orochi Geese. Always good to me. So, okay. Mobile Suit Gundam. Live action movie, Legendary Pictures. This is something that has been... Hollywood has been trying to make a Mobile Suit Gundam movie for I don't know how long. And honestly... Actually, no, wait. I take that back. There's 3 movies. There's 3 movies that Hollywood has been off and on trying to make for a long time. One of them is Battle of the Planets, Gotcha Man, all that stuff. Or no, 4. Robotech, Macross, and Mobile Suit Gundam. I don't think it's going to happen. And honestly, even if it does happen, I do not think it will be done well. Because what's going to happen is, it's the same thing that happens with all Hollywood productions. They are going to whitewash the fuck out of it. And not to say that every character, well, I don't know. Me personally, I just feel like they are going to go out of their way to Hollywoodize the fuck out of Gundam. And I think that's kind of not a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea because Gundam is successful because it's not Hollywood. And I think that's what a lot of movie studios get wrong when they try and adapt. It was the same problem they had with comic book movies for the longest time. Whoa, for the longest time. Fucking up comic book movies. That's what they were doing for the longest time. And it wasn't until they finally got people in charge who actually knew what the fuck they were doing, that knew the properties and understood how the properties work. They finally figured out, wait a minute, we can make money off this shit. And that's what you need. You need that same level of expertise. You need someone who is a dyed-in-the-wool anime fan, a manga fan, someone who, like, case in point, a Kevin Feige, Kevin Feige is a guy, he knows the comics, he understands the comics, he respects the comics, but he also knows what will and won't work on a big screen production, and that is what you need for something of this magnitude. Like we talked about last week about the One Punch Man movie that Sony's talking about making. That movie is going to fail if you do not have a Kevin Feige on deck. It's not going to work. You need to have somebody who can see the big picture, but can also see the little picture and see that, yes, this is something that was successful in Japan and is successful over here long before Hollywood got its hands on it. So what we have to do is, yes, we have to make it a spectacle, but we can't over homogenize this thing into just being another Hollywood film. And that's going to be the failing of any Mobile Suit Gundam movie, Battle of the Planets, Robotech, Macross, whatever the fuck movie Hollywood tries to make. I don't care what production studio is behind it. If you don't have a guy on the level of Kevin Feige running your shit, no, it's not going to work. Not going to work. By the way, my guy Jamal Sims coming through with another $5 super chat. Coming through saying, we got a lot of Regal and AMC movie theaters in New York City to Long Island. Check up and see Blerd. Hey, I believe you. Actually, as a matter of fact, I if I remember correctly, last time I was in NYC, I was actually given tickets to go see Spider-Man Far From Home early, but I was like, I don't live here, so I was like, thank y'all for the offer, but I'm gonna have to decline. I was like, I'm gonna have to decline. But I forgot to silence my phone. How unprofessional of me. But that said, and if I'm not mistaken, that was, I want to say it was to an AMC theater. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Let's see what we got here. The Gundams will all be played by ScarJo. She's like, I can play a Gundam. Who's it? I think I was talking with Fantastic Frankie from the Justice League podcast. Which, by the way, Justice League, new Justice League podcast is incoming soon. We actually have a video version of the Justice League podcast that I'm probably going to post here on the YouTubes. We'll see what happens. But it was just, this one wasn't, Devontae from Alternative Factuals was not present, but it was just me and Fantastic Frankie kind of having a little back and forward. And I believe at some point, I don't know if we did this on mic or off mic, but there was a point where I actually talked about the fact that it would not surprise me if one day soon Scarlett Johansson just is announced to be playing Rosa Parks in the Rosa Parks biopic, and her response will simply be that I can play anybody. I think that I can bring a lot of gravitas to this role. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You know what? Take one of those. But no, you know what? We're gonna switch gears here. Real quick because I normally don't talk about shit like this on the channel because it is just not a thing for me. It's something I usually talk about in the privacy of my home, with my friends, my family, my wife, other like-minded individuals such as myself, the Quiet Council in Blerd Koa, the Discord, for those who don't know. But you know what? I gotta give 2 preemptive strike L's. All right, we got 2 preemptive strike L's, and these are coming by way. These are coming by way of Diamond and Silk, who I never knew who they were until about a year ago. I didn't know who Diamond and Silk were until about a year ago. They did some video, or no, it wasn't a year. Well, actually, no, it was a year ago because I found out about this well after the fact. But someone has showed me a video of these 2 heifers, cooning it up. And that's right, I said it. Goddammit. I said it. These 2 heifers were out here cooning it up. Just out here shucking and jiving, doing a whole minstrel show. On some zippity doo da zippity yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. I sure does miss slavery, Martha. I would love to go back and work for Martha. These heifers, who I can't stand, but someone showed me a video. It was in response to a few years back where Eminem cut a diss track on on Donald Trump, and they made a response video that was awful. It was awful because, one, they had no bars, and I'm like this: if you're gonna respond on wax to a rap diss or a rap beef or something like that, you better have some bars. If you come in with that weak shit, no thank you. But no, that said, these heifers are known. This reboot of the movie Baps. They have been known for shilling for Donald Trump quite some time. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, he has even invited them to his rallies. And he pretty much I don't have the video in front of me, but I mean, I remember watching him treat them the way that my like back when I was in high school, the way white people would treat me when they found out that I was interested in something that black people were not stereotypically into. They'd be like, "Oh, hey, Ernie, show them how you're into so and so." Like it's like, I'm not a fucking dog. I don't do tricks. Like, bitch. But no, anyway. These heifers. Oh, by the way, wait. We got $10 super chat. Jamal Simmons. By the way, dude, Jamal Simmons, you're out here wilding today. Jamal Simmons coming through with another $10 super chat. Says, hey, Blerd, how's your reaction to the new Final Fantasy 7 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake? I like that. I like the song too, bro. I tell you what, I have not played Final Fantasy VII Remake, largely because I do not have the same nostalgia for Final Fantasy VII that I think a lot of people my age do. I like Final Fantasy VII just fine, but I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my god, I need a remake. Not to mention, it's an incomplete game, and they're doing the whole episodic thing, and I'm just like, this... So what you're telling me is I'm not going to get the sequel to this game for quite some time, is what you're telling me. That's what Squeenix, Square Enix, I call them Squeenix, has been. That's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna get so I will get the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, Part 2, whatever. I'll get that probably by the time the PlayStation 6 comes out, is what you're telling me. Okay, cool. No, not interested. Resident Evil 3 I actually really enjoyed. I know a lot of people disliked it because it was short, but my thing is I would rather play a short, good game than a long, good game, because even a long, good game would get on my nerves. Like, I actually tell people all the time, Resident Evil 2, the remake, one of my favorite games from the previous year. One of my biggest issues with the game, too long. The game goes to a point where it's like, it's not even, and that's the funny thing, it's not even that long, but I feel like the game kind of drags at a point. Same way I feel about Resident Evil 4, same reason I feel about, same way I feel about Resident Evil 5, same way I felt about Resident Evil 6, really any Resident Evil, maybe after Code Veronica. Like, they all have this thing where, like, they go just a hair too long, and by the time you get to the end of the game, I'm just like, just fucking die already. Like, that's how I end up feeling about it. But anyway, neither here nor there. But, oh yeah, no. Here's the thing. So, okay, Fox News, they hired these two heifers. It basically, once again, it was a dog and pony show, a fucking minstrel show. It was a fucking just 3-ring circus worth of bullshit. And these women were seriously out here cooning for Donald Trump and basically shilling messages for Donald Trump. And the thing is, we all know this is not even any kind of a secret. Donald Trump spends most of his day watching Fox News. So basically, if you are on Fox News, you are literally talking directly to the president at any one given time. And you know he's watching, because anytime someone says something negative about him on Fox News, he immediately tweets about it. And when they say something good about him, he might tweet about it. But say something bad about him and you will have his undivided attention. But that said, basically, the reason why they got fired for Fox News is the fact that during this whole quarantine, this bitch Carol fucking Baskins, basically what they did, basically what they did is they kind of just spread crazy conspiracy theories, basically saying that there weren't as many people dying from the virus that shall not be named, saying that it was all a work and that it was a way for Democrats to diminish the name of Donald Trump, as if he hasn't done that enough on his own. It was this way for people like them to kind of like spread this false narrative, saying that, we believe that you should totally go out into the streets against the quarantine rules and mingle with people. Mingle with as many people as you want. Touch people. Breathe on people. Basically telling people that you should build up your immunity by going out and being around people, which is funny that they say that because all of these like protesters and things like that, these people who've been going out protesting the quarantine, a lot of them have been coming up with that bitch Carol fucking Baskins. So yes, and of course they've been canceled. Fox News has said, well, we're gonna let you go. The problem with that is that like a lot of people think that it is because of the things that they've said. The things that they've said technically just gave them an excuse. They were gonna fire them anyway at some point, especially if Donald Trump, for whatever reason, lost his re-election bid. If he lost it, they would have been fired anyway because they wouldn't need them anymore to spread any false narratives and make it look like Donald Trump has black supporters or more black supporters than he actually has. Like your Candace Owenses and such. But no, these heifers, man, I'm not even gonna spend a whole lot of time on this one because honestly, I feel like they are the lowest level of human being because they basically sold their soul for fame. You can look at them and tell these women, I guarantee you, do not actually act the way they act. I can go and tell you right now, it's all a show. It is all a show. It's a fucking train wreck show, and this is what people do. This is what we often call the right-wing grift. Your bad actors, so to speak. This is exactly what this is. It's sad. It's sad to me because I hate seeing people put on a mask just so they can make some money. Now, I mean, yeah, sure. You can say, oh, well, actors do it. Yeah, but these people are out here telling other people within the same week or so that you have a president who's basically telling people to inject bleach and Clorox into their veins and drink Drano and shit like that. You swallow a whole bottle of Lysol. You have these heifers out here telling people to go out and break quarantine and mingle with people. So honestly, both of these motherfuckers, both Diamond and Silk, Fox News, Trump, all of them, they're taking L's from me. I'm sorry, because you're endangering people's health. You're endangering people's health because you want to make a buck. And yeah, I honestly, you know what? I can tell you right now, if I really wanted to, if I wanted to make all the money in the world, just doing what I'm doing right now, all I would have to do is act a little ghetto and talk with more of a ghetto slang and then just push nothing but right-wing talking points out into the ether. And I guarantee you I would have over 1 million subscribers in less than a week, and I would be making money so fast, so hand over fist, I wouldn't even know how to spend it all. Because that's what people have learned you have to do. Think about it. Candace Owens. Candace Owens was originally a Democrat. Was all about democracy, liberalism, and all that shit. And now she likes to pretend that was never the case. These are things I notice. But I'm just saying, these are things that I notice. Look at, and this is even just relegated to black people. This is white people do it too. Kellyanne Conway, Donald Trump's not the press secretary, but I guess one of his campaign advisors. That bitch did the same thing. She was actually one of his biggest detractors. She talked cash money shit about Trump day in, day out. On every news show she could possibly get on. She clowned Donald Trump and said he was the worst possible thing that could ever happen to America if he became president. And then as soon as he looked like he was about to start winning and he paid her enough money, all that went away. So like I said, people can be bought and paid for, but not this guy, not me. Sorry. Won't be me. But, let's see here. Oh, we got what? Whoa! Hold on. We got 2 super chats in here in the building. We got the big homie, Sean Terrell. He comes in with a $10 super chat and says, if you were Charlamagne, you would have gave them chicks the donkey of the day. I would have. I actually would have. They would have got the dude. First off, they not only would they have gotten the donkey of the day, they would have gotten they would have gotten the Remy Ma edition of Donkey of the Day. Like, stupid, are you dumb? That's what they would have got. That's what they would have got. If I thought I could get away with it, that's what they would have gotten. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Let's see. Stacy Smallwood coming through the $5. Almost said foot long. Super chat. $5. $5 super chat. Comics and political commentary. I'm totally here for it. Thank you for that. I know a lot of people don't like it when I talk politics, but you know what? I am a firm believer that politics are who you are as a person. People say that not everything, like, oh, why are you being so political? Well, I mean, not everything is political, but I mean, politics do inform on who you are as a human being. Your politics are your thoughts on the world around you and how it affects you as well as other people. So I feel like if you avoid your personal politics in given situations because you want to spare people's feelings, I feel like you are at the same time hiding who you are. So yes, when I feel it's appropriate, I will talk about it. So yeah, it'll be a thing. No one is off limits. No one is off limits from catching these L's from me. Just going to be real about it. Now, getting back over to something a little lighthearted, and I want to preface everything I'm about to say. I want to preface everything I'm about to say with the fact that I am not going to be revealing any spoilers for The Last of Us 2. I am not. So if you are worried that you will be spoiled for The Last of Us 2, do not worry. I'm not going to talk about anything that was in the leaks. I'm not going to talk about anything that was in the videos that were leaked about the plot points, the plot twist, the story, whatever. I'm not going to be talking about any of that. But what I am going to talk about is the fact that I find it very interesting that there was a story that came out a couple of days ago. Actually, Monday morning, Twitter was on fire. Literal fire, because someone had leaked information about the plot and all of its details based on Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2, which, for those of you who are keeping track or keeping score, that game was originally, I can't remember if it actually was set to come out roughly right around the time that they made the announcement or a little before that, or whatever was going on, but they originally said that it was indefinitely delayed in large part due to what was going on with the current crisis going on. And like I said, once again, I wasn't upset about it. I was perfectly fine with it. I know some people, they were in their feelings. They were upset. They were mad. They were angry. But you know what? I wasn't one of those people. By the way, Jamal Sims coming through once again with the $2 super chat. Coming through saying Blerd for president 2020. Hey, I would run if I thought anyone would actually vote for me. Because I honestly, to be fair, I would be the worst possible. Well, actually, no, we've already had the worst possible. I wouldn't be the worst possible president, but I would be a lot of people who are fans of Donald Trump, and a lot of people who are fans of the Democratic establishment and the alt-right and your moderates and your centrists. I'd be their fucking nightmare. I really would. I would be their absolute fucking nightmare. But no, that said, we had The Last of Us Part 2 once again. It leaked out. And then word got out. Word got out that after the delay, after the delay that the person who leaked the documents and the videos and the rumors and all this other stuff was a disgruntled Naughty Dog employee or tester for the game. And at this particular point, neither Naughty Dog or anyone else close to the situation has actually come out and said anything regarding that. Like, yeah, they haven't really been like, well, actually, yeah, it was a former employee or whatever. But the thing is, here's my thing. If it for whatever reason gets out who the identity of the person who did this, I don't think that life is going to go the way they think. Because there were people out there who got spoiled stupid early. Now, one benefit of this is that it has encouraged Naughty Dog to go ahead and release the game. I think they said it's going to be coming out in June of this year, I believe. But it's one of those situations where I feel like the guy, girl, whoever who did it, yeah, word ever gets out, their identity ever leaks out, they ever get doxxed for whatever reason, somebody finds out who they are, yeah, they're done in the video game industry. Because I'll be the first one to admit, I would never hire somebody who had that, like, if I knew they had the wherewithal to leak information from my company. That is a death sentence for them in the video game industry. And I'm pretty sure people who are close to the situation, people who are insiders on the situation, probably know exactly who it was. It can probably all be traced back to exactly the person that did it. Me personally, I think people who do shit like that, I know that the person, they were disgruntled and angry because apparently the reasoning behind it was because the employee was upset over, the very controversial practice in video gaming, in the video game industry, known as crunch time, which is where basically studios force their employees to work ridiculous hours in order to get a game done so that it can release on time. And that is worthy, that in and of itself is worthy of an L for Naughty Dog. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so the person leaked the information. How does that actually hurt Naughty Dog? You actually don't really hurt Naughty Dog with that leak. You actually hurt the fans of the game, because people who were waiting for that game to come out, people who were anxious for that game to come out and had been avoiding spoilers up to this point when the Naughty Dog hadn't released anything that really was spoilerish in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you take away that opportunity from people who have now been spoiled to experience the story for the first time. Now, Naughty Dog has come out and released a statement in regards to that leak, and it reads about as such that they say that we know the last few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We feel the same. It is disappointing to see the release and sharing of pre-release footage from the development. Do your best to avoid spoilers, and we ask that you don't spoil it for others. And now they even went on a little further in some other aspects of this, and even went as far as saying that regardless of whether or not you were spoiled, you didn't see the spoilers, whatever, even if you were spoiled, they said there's still plenty of surprises in the game, and not everything was given up. So that said, yeah, it sucks, but yeah, It's still not cool, though. I don't think that's cool, and I know some people are going to champion the leaker, some people are going to champion Naughty Dog. I think both parties are taking L's in this one. Naughty Dog for enacting crunch time when I honestly don't feel it was really even necessary. Just push the game date's release back if you need more time to work on the game. And as for the leaker, disgruntled as though you may be, all you did was hurt the people who would buy the game. You're not hurting Naughty Dog. So here's an L for the leaker. And here is an L for Naughty Dog. Hey, what's going on, Kate Tucker? I see you in here. And like I said, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a thing. It's a thing. That said, we got one last story, and then we're going to jump into questions. We're going to jump into them young questions. If you are part of the Blerd Discord, go ahead and get your questions in the Discord, because I will be reading those last. If you have any other questions or anything like that, go ahead and start getting them ready. Don't throw them in there just yet. But, don't throw them in the chat just yet. We will, because I'll lose them in the chat. But I just want to make sure we get that we get some questions. We get our questions ready. Have them ready just in case. So that way when the call comes up. This is going to be kind of a short story just because there's really not much to say here. I just think it's a hilarious story just for no other reason than the fact that some people are just fucking dumb. And yeah, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And yeah. I'm just, wow. I'm just like, wow. Okay, so this woman, a woman who is going to go unnamed largely because we don't have her name, and also because I don't want to, just out her 100%. But a woman has mistakenly seen a WWE NWO shirt and has wrongfully assumed that it is part of some kind of global conspiracy. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. I wish I was making this up. This woman has gone on to clown Walmart. And I mean, this shit is as juicy as it gets. It's real to me, damn it. It's real to me. And I'm a wrestling fan. I love wrestling, but I find this hilarious. By the way, dude, Poetry Media coming through with the $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Didn't even have a question. Didn't even have anything to say. Just came through. Just wanted to drop the $5 support. I appreciate it. Thank you. Many blessings. Many blessings. Hope. And once again, everybody that's been chipping in, I just want to say thank you so much. Y'all are just fantastic. I just want to put that out there. Let's see here. So let's get into this. Okay, this story comes by way of comic book resources, like most of the stories I've done today. A woman has mistaken an NWO t-shirt that she found in Walmart for open propaganda in support of the conspiracy theory version of the New World Order, the NWO. So basically, this bitch heard NWO. New World Order. Oh my god! You can't make this up. And this is for those who don't know, this is an alleged clandestine totalitarian world government that would see the globe operating under a single government, religion, and currency. Which, when you think about it, a New World Order, you're basically talking Star Trek. I mean, if it's the good kind. So basically, what she saw, and I believe she saw one of the NWO Wolfpack NWO shirts, but the red shirt sports the pro wrestling stable's classic logo and includes an added "For Life" underneath it. Additionally, there is a clear WWE logo on the back collar, clearly enraged, but getting the wrong end of the stick. The woman vented on Facebook about her discovery, attempting to rally her followers to Show Walmart what we think. And down here below, I actually have a tweet. I actually love this name, Kim Jong Undertaker. That's just fantastic. Here, let's go take a look at this tweet. Let's go take a look at this. Let's see if we can take a look at this tweet. Okay. Kim Jong Undertaker says this lady is afraid of the NWO. The NWO. Wait till she's dealing with the X Factor. Oh God, that's right. You're dealing with the X Factor. Here, let's breathe this over a little bit. I'm tripping off this. I really am. It says, okay, so she says, now found in your local Walmart stores, global elites pushing for the NWO, the New World Order, which includes one world leader, one world religion, one world currency, and one world government, also one world heavyweight champion. Time to show Walmart what we think. Hashtag support small businesses. Here is the shirt in question. Actually, this may not even be a Wolfpack t-shirt. I think this may just be a knockoff. Not even a knockoff, but just another version of the shirts that they do, and it just happens to be red. But yeah, I'm just like, wow. Some people have way too much time on their hands, and it shows. But yeah, I'm here for this. I'm here for this because I love stupidity. I love people who are ignorant and don't know shit. And the only thing I hate about stupid people is I'm sad that they tend to breed the most. But okay, let's be real here. Okay, wrestling is, I don't like using the word fake to describe wrestling because I'm old school. But wrestling is a work. It is predetermined. It is a cooperation between two or more parties to make something look legitimate that actually isn't, which I guess technically would be the very definition of fake. But at the end of the day, when they hit each other, it's not always fake. And when they do these moves to each other, it can be very real. I don't know if any of you have ever been put in a Boston Crab or a sharpshooter, but if someone actually applies a sharpshooter or a Boston Crab to you and they do it for real, you are going to be in a world of hurt. Just throwing that out there. You can actually fuck someone's spine up doing an actual legitimate Boston Crab. If you do a Goku Raku stretch on someone, you will choke them out because it's basically taking both of their arms and using them as a choking device. So yeah, wrestling, yeah, are the moves real? Yes. Are they applied with realism? No. I remember being on the steps of the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee after a WCW Thunder show where a guy got pile-driven on the concrete steps and he came up with his head busted wide open and saying, "That dude pile-drived me for real!" You can legitimately kill someone. You can break someone's neck doing a lot of the moves that wrestlers do. So no, I don't like to say that it's fake. But it is predetermined, just the same way that ballet is predetermined. Just like, it doesn't matter who the dancers are. The dancers may change, but you know exactly how Swan Lake is going to end. So it's predetermined. But that said, NWO, this is not maybe this is a work. Maybe she is working us. I don't know. But clearly there's a WWE logo. Clearly this is not. Hell, there's a WWE. Motherfucker, there's a WWE tag right there. WWE tag right there. This woman's clearly an idiot. She's clearly an idiot. Phantom Bros, I've been speared off a bed. Dude, look, let me tell y'all something. I was fighting a kid when I was in the 7th grade. I actually got into a legit fight with a kid. Me and him, we were throwing hands. And then, like, at one point, he did this thing where, he ran at me, okay, so it's gonna be hard to show it here. So he ducked his head down like this, and he charged at me, and he was, swinging like this. So I kind of sidestepped him, grabbed one of his hands, and or his arm while I was swinging, wrapped that motherfucker behind him just like Jake the Snake, hooked his head, and I'm not gonna lie, slapped that motherfucker on the back and went, BAM! bam, DDT that motherfucker on the ground outside and knocked his ass out. Wrestling is real. At least those aspects of it. And I remember, dude, and I'm talking about like that shit was so smooth. I wish camera phones existed back then so somebody could have caught. Actually, that probably would have gotten me landed in jail, or juvenile hall at the worst. But no, I remember, that motherfucker, he ran at me. I like his arm that was like to the outside, like I guess would technically have been like his right arm. I grabbed that motherfucker, pinned it down against his back. It was almost like a hammerlock DDT from Andrade. I feel like I'm now the inventor of the hammerlock DDT. Now I'm thinking about it. My dumb my dumb question, man. Hey, dude, that's my guy over there, man. Y'all show my guy, My Dumb Question, some love, man. Go check out their channel. But no, he said, I bet the lady that complained about the NWO shirts is a Diamond and Silk fan. You're probably right. You are very most likely right. But like, I mean, just look at this. Look at this. Come on. Bitch, are you for real? That's a little Rudy Ray Moore for y'all if y'all don't know. But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand people. I really don't. I want to understand people, but I feel like I'm just not going to understand anything here. But yeah, there it is, y'all. The NWO is real. It's real, goddammit. It's real. God damn it. Can WWE fire her? Can they fire her? Or maybe they should hire her. Make her somebody's manager. Make her be the manager for the NWO. Or no, wait. Make her be the manager. Make her be the manager for the Wolfpack. I don't know. Like I get this impression that like if she were actually like watching wrestling Bash at the Beach when Hulk Hogan came out and like revealed that he was like the third man in the NWO, and like he walked out, like everyone's like, oh, Hogan's coming, Hogan's gonna set things to right, goddammit, he's gonna come out here, oh my god, he's gonna come out here and he's gonna take care of the NWO, he's gonna run Scott Hall and Kevin Nash the hell out of WCW. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna get him the hell out of WCW. And then Hogan got in the ring and did that little slow step, and then what? And then dropped the leg. Was it on Macho? I can't remember. He dropped it on Macho, or was it? I think it was on Macho. I think he dropped it on Macho Man. But he's gonna just drop the leg. He dropped the leg on Macho. I bet that bitch lost her mind. She was like, oh my god, that's goddamn New World Order. Oh, oh god. I'm dead. God damn it. Wait a minute. God damn it, I told you Hogan was no good. What was it, Bobby? Dude, I love Bobby the Brain Heenan because that motherfucker, he was going off that night. He was like, God damn it, I told you guys not to trust Hogan. I told you he couldn't be trusted. God damn it. God damn it, for Dusty Rhodes, for Eric Bischoff, for Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I'm Tony Schiavone, and Hogan, you can go to hell. That was probably her. It was probably her when she saw this shirt. She was like, God damn it, Hogan, you can go to hell. I'm not buying any more of your merch at Walmart. Oh, God damn. Actually, you know what? It might have. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Here, we're gonna look it up. Here, and I'm not gonna play the video because I will get in trouble. Here, I'm pulling it up right now. I gotta see. I think it might have been on Lex, or maybe. I can't remember. No. It was Macho Man. Here it is. Because I have the proof. I have the proof in the pudding right here. Booyah. That's it right there. There's a leg drop. Dude, I love how much hang time my dude got. Look at that hang time. But man, I ain't gonna lie, he walked slow at a motherfucker to do that shit. He was like, oh, I'm so done. I'm so done. I am so done. Oh, God. Anyway, let's do some questions. God damn it. Let's do some questions. We've got questions. We have got questions. Not the Macho Man. All right, let's go ahead and get these questions here in the chat. We're gonna do questions for the next 15 minutes. Let's start the clock. It is 4:30 Central Standard Time. We're gonna read questions in the chat until about we'll do it till about 4. Actually, I take it back. We'll do it till about 4:50. We'll gauge the room. We'll see how it goes. Bone saw in the building. Man, like, I'm telling you. WWE. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Y'all remember the Voodoo Kin Mafia? VKM. Those be a play on Vincent Kennedy McMahon's initials, because the Road Dog the New Age Outlaws couldn't use their name in TNA. Yeah, that was some bullshit. Anyway, what was it said? Then World War. Oh, dude, the cages. Oh, that's one thing I miss about WCW. They used to have some ridiculous ass matches. When they used to stack the cages on top of each other, that shit used to get wild because you could tell motherfuckers were about to die. Yeah, 3 rings and a huge cage. Yeah, that shit was. They did used to stack them. They did at one point stack those joints though. Shit was wild. Stephen Huggins says Constantine versus Doctor Strange. Okay, so here's something with that. It depends on who's writing Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange's power levels wax and wane with the phases of the moon, depending on who's writing him. But because I am such a fan of Constantine, and Constantine I feel like has power levels that are not that dissimilar from Doctor Strange, he just chooses not to stunt a whole lot. Oh man, I feel like Constantine would get that ass because man, he ain't got no scruples. Doctor Strange, he's got scruples. He's got morals. Constantine ain't got no morals. He'd get that ass, especially if he is still the Constantine who smokes. Xanatos 4673. By the way, I love that name because I'm a huge Gargoyles fan. Do you think Punchline is a Mercy clone? You know. Now, for those who know what he's talking about, Mercy is an oft sidekick of Lex Luthor. I could kind of see that a little bit. I could see where that could be a thing that people would probably see down the stretch. Now, my main question about that is whether or not she is booked properly. It's all going to come down to how she's booked. Because right now, she comes off as just like a more competent Harley Quinn. Maybe. But I could easily see her becoming a Mercy clone. I could see that happening if they do not write her correctly. And by write her correctly, I mean no agency. Yeah, no, and I agree with Michael. I agree with Michael. Constantine would straight up stab Doctor Strange given the opportunity. He wouldn't even worry about the magic. He would just take some holy dagger or some unholy relic and just be like, there you go. While Doctor Strange is doing his weird firecracker kung fu, he would just be like, let's see here. Alfonso asks, what character designs should stop? Bikini ninjas and basically get that. I guess that's an example, like bikini ninjas, and what should be brought back? Like case in point, Buccaneer boots. For those who don't know, the Buccaneer boots are what Captain America and Taskmaster used to wear. The boots that had the flap over. If y'all remember. But yeah, my thing is, here's what I would do. If it was me. I actually will use your example, and I'll give you another one. Bikini ninjas definitely need to go away. I'm not a fan of bikini ninjas, because it's just it's impractical, and it only serves the purpose of giving little boys something to masturbate over. But I would also like to get away from the titty window. The titty window, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Power Girl. Was the thing that okay, basically, I don't need every female superhero. I mean, yeah, if it's a part of their character, if it's a part of their character to be this sexy femme fatale who uses her feminine wiles to throw her opponents off, okay, fine, whatever. But I don't need it to be in every single superhero. Like, it was actually something I really appreciated about, Captain Marvel. Back when Carol switched from being Miss Marvel to being Captain Marvel, that she switched the costumes. It was like she went from wearing like a bathing suit to wearing like an actual costume. It's like that bathing suit was not practical in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Even if you are like super invulnerable, it's not practical. It was just something for like teenage boys to masturbate over. And I was like, yeah, I don't need that. I'm a grown-ass man. And the internet is all around. I can find porn anywhere. To jerk off to. Oh, yeah, anyway. Yeah, danger. My guy, Alternative Factuals in the goddamn building. What's going on, my guy? By the way, make sure to go check out my guy's channel. He's been blowing up lately. We got to get him up here. We got to get him up here with me. We got to get this guy up here into the we got to get him into the 5-digit realm. We got to get him to the 5-digit realm. That's what I need. Can we get it? Can we make that a thing? Can we make that a thing? SFC Cape Killer coming through with a $7 super chat, says Lord Storm in the 90s. Yes. Here's my thing. Storm was sexy in a full bodysuit. I mean, yeah, she did wear like the bathing suit type outfits back in the day, but man, as she evolved, especially in the 90s, she had the full silver and white with the gold trim suit. You can't tell me she wasn't sexy. You can't. And she didn't have to show shit. Just saying. This heifer wasn't showing nothing. She had on thigh-high boots, a full bodysuit, had shoulder pads on that bitch. The only skin you saw off a Storm was her hands. Sometimes she had gloves, depending on who was drawing her, and her face and her neck. That was it. And that heifer was more sexy. I think she was sexier than Psylocke, who was walking around looking like she was always in an issue of Marvel Swimsuit Edition. I'll take the fucking Pepsi challenge with that shit. God damn it. But thank you again, SFC Cape Killer, for that $7 super chat. Oh, Lord Jesus. Power Girl feeling targeted right now. Dude, I mean, I'm just saying. Can we put the titty window away? Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's see here. Enigma 9x9 says, Blerd, who would have a bigger impact? Lex Luthor in Marvel or Doctor Doom in DC? Okay, that is... Man, that's a tough one. That is a tough one because honestly, I feel like Lex Luthor already has people in Marvel kind of similar to him in terms of intelligence, gravitas, level of ingenuity, namely Doctor Doom. But I feel like there are already Doctor Doom-esque characters in DC, if that makes any sense. Like characters kind of similar in ambition and style to Doctor Doom. So actually, as much as I would love to say Doctor Doom, I actually think Lex Luthor would be more impactful just based on the fact of how far he is willing to go to achieve his ends. And I would be more interested in seeing how Lex Luthor would thrive in a Marvel comic versus Doctor Doom in a DC comic, if that makes any sense. Because Doctor Doom would actually match up too well against too many other characters, I feel like. Just throwing that out there. Let's see here. Who else we got? Let's see, where to go? Let me catch back up. The Real Revelation says, Blerd, if you could be any character in comics, who would you want to be? Oh, man. Any character? I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so a lot of you know I'm a real big fan of street-level heroes. So a lot of my favorite superheroes are people like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Moon Knight. Moon Knight's kind of street-level, I guess, kind of not. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, just guys like that. Batman, not so much these days. I've kind of gotten sick and tired of Batman, if I'm being brutally honest. One of my favorite runs of Black Panther is Black Panther Man Without Fear, when Black Panther got rid of all the Wakanda shit and came to New York to get his soul straight because of all the stuff that was going on back home between him and Storm and with his country. I actually thought that was a pretty cool comic because you actually got to see T'Challa doing the most with the least. So I love stuff like that. But I'm not going to lie, I would be a liar if I said I did not want to be Black Lightning. I would be a liar because I love the power set that Black Lightning has. I think he has a really interesting power set. Not to mention, I like his personality as a character. I just think he's a really cool dude. But yeah, not to mention the powers. It really comes down to the powers. And I would even say Static to a certain degree, but at the same time, I also recognize that Static is not, at least as of this present time. I know in the future they posit that he would be more powerful, but we're talking about like right now. Right now, he would not be more powerful. Let's see here. Hey, Shallow Prince, how you doing? Let's see. Sincere James says, my question: if you wanted to get someone into comics, what would be the comic series you recommend them to read? Okay, so here's what I would do. Okay, if you are a person who wants to get into comics, or you know someone wants to get into comics, I would say it really depends on what they like, or what kind of things they're interested in. I would say if you are a fan of characters, or not characters, we're not even going to use that as a term. If you are a fan of superheroes, like your traditional bog standard superhero, right now I think you could do absolutely no wrong reading either Miles Morales Spider-Man or the current Amazing Spider-Man run. I think the current Daredevil run by Chip Zdarsky is fantastic. I would also recommend maybe even something like, well, it's not a traditional story, so I wouldn't add that one. I tell you what, here's what I do. If you wanted to get into like some really cool sci-fi stuff, I would actually say take a look at Far Sector. Far Sector is freaking amazing. And I would also say, just because it doesn't seem like it would be, but it does, the current Thor run is also very good. If you want a good, solid, like, just all-around story comic, Immortal Hulk is so good. And then Bitter Root, Deadly Class, those are all really good comics. If you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, the comic Die, like D-I-E, as in terms of like dice, but a single one. Yeah, that also is an amazing comic. I would also recommend if you want something really crazy, read Saga. Saga is so crazy. Let's see here. Who else we got? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Tubes. Hey, what's going on, Tubes? Tubes said the invisible, the Sue's suit from the 90s. Yes. Where the 4 is the boob window. Yeah, get rid of that shit. I don't need it. Let's see here. Hey, let's see here. What? Let's see here. The Real Revelation says, what character in comics? Oh, that one is one I answered. Never mind. Okay, so we got, was it yeah, a lot of people do sleep on that. Like, I think, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I think Doctor Doom would actually run roughshod over DC or just match up too well, because if you put Doctor Doom up against a character like Superman, Superman wouldn't be able to handle him. Not off the jump. because Doom is a powerful sorcerer. The dude was almost Sorcerer Supreme, for Christ's sakes. Like, Doctor Strange went out of his way to make sure Doctor Doom never became Sorcerer Supreme. He was like it was very close. Doctor Doom was literally like that close to becoming Sorcerer Supreme when Doctor Strange was going to step down from the mantle. Let's see here. What else we got? Let's see. Who else we got? Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. If you created an event for Marvel or DC, what would it be and what would it do? Okay, so here's what I would do. I would actually do. Lately, these days, I've been more of a Marvel guy, so more so than a DC guy. But if I did do an event, I actually wouldn't mind doing one. I wouldn't mind doing one for DC, honestly. And what I would like to do, I'd like to do something Green Lantern related. I would actually like, and not only that, because I have an agenda here. I would use it as a way to fold Joe from Far Sector into the main DC Comics continuity, because technically right now she isn't a part of it. The Young Animal imprint is kind of separate from DC proper. I would like to bring her over, put her into the main continuity, and I would want her and the other Human Lanterns. I would love to see something where I don't want to retread things like the Guardians, or the Guardians being on some fuck shit, or whatever. But I would love to play on something along the lines of the Guardians, for whatever reason, being incapacitated or just not in the picture, or them losing their ability to charge the normal Green Lantern power battery. And then having to bring together characters like Hal Jordan, who I don't know how it is currently because Grant Morrison has been writing this, so tell him what the fuck he's done to Hal Jordan by this point. But Hal Jordan, who up until recently was a living, not a living Green Lantern ring. That's actually John Stewart. John Stewart is a living Green Lantern ring, but Hal proved he could make a Green Lantern ring, which is something only Guardians are supposed to be able to do. And have Joe, who has a Green Lantern ring, but it's not like the other Green Lantern rings. Like, her ring does not need a power battery to charge. It still needs to charge, but her ring does not work the exact same way as the other one. So having to take these people, these characters, and maybe kind of put them in some kind of an element where I would say I wouldn't want to bring in a new spectrum of Lantern, because I feel like that's something that always gets done. But I would probably say that maybe, and I don't know, maybe this has been, it's probably been done before. The more I'm thinking about what's going on in my head, I know it's been done before. But, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to do it the exact same way. But yeah, I would actually have, I would actually put them in a situation where, scrap all that. I would actually have it where all the Lanterns, probably in some way, shape, form, or fashion, have to pull together to create a new core all of their own. A unified core, if you will, against a more common foe. But I would still want Joe folded in from Far Sector. I'd have to really sit and think on that one. That might be a video. Ooh. Anyways, let's see here. Let's see. K Tucker says, what continuity does Afro Samurai belong in? What continuity? Ooh. I would actually, for as silly as it may sound, I wouldn't put them in any Marvel or DC continuity. I would probably be quicker to put them in, like, a manga continuity. Like, I'd probably put them in, like, Samurai Champloo or some shit. Let's see here. What was this? Panther Noir says, who would win your Black Avenger or your Black Justice League? My money is on the Blacklist. You know, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because DC always tends to have more like ridiculously overpowered characters than Marvel does. But Marvel does tend to have some slick overpowered characters too. But just based off the strength of the fact that Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau are on the Avengers team, as is Storm. It gets a little tight. It gets a little tight because your heaviest hitters on the DC side of things would probably be like Black Lightning. I forgot about Brother Voodoo. That Dr. Voodoo. That's another one. So yeah, man, I don't know. I might have to give it to the Black Avengers. Let's see here. Lotus Scholar says, why is Image so slept on with so many hidden gems? I think because people just are so used to reading capes, they don't think about it. Like, I think a lot of people, they're so used to reading capes as comics. And when I say capes, I mean superheroes, like your traditional Marvel, DC, X-Men, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, whatever. Even if they don't actually have capes, I say capes because you get where I'm going. But yeah, I think that's a lot of why. And sometimes people just aren't used to reading stories that like are just stories. And I think that sucks because I think Image has some of the best comics out there. I think Image is honestly the best comic imprint out right now. Let's see, Mr. Fries 9.98 coming through with the $5 super chat. Coming through saying, should I buy the entire run of Bendis the Bendis Daredevil run, or do you have any suggestions for something fun to read? Okay, so here's what I would do. I think the Bendis run on Daredevil is actually pretty good. I like the Mark Waid run of Daredevil as well. Whew, man, that's a tough one, though. That's a tough one. I would like to recommend Frank Miller, but I have a hard time reading Frank Miller's work these days because, like, he's just such an angry man. Let's see here. You know what? I would say... Well, okay, here. I got an idea. Let's do this. Let me see how many volumes you would be looking at if you tried to go through the entirety of the Bendis run. Let's see how many volumes worth of comics you'd be looking at. You can actually get some pretty thick trades of the Bendis run, like in about roughly 3 books, I believe. You could probably have everything that you need. I won't lie, I am definitely a fan of the Ed Brubaker. I like the Ed Brubaker Daredevil run as well. So if you get your hands on any Ed Brubaker Daredevil, I would definitely recommend that. Guardian Devil, also a very often favored storyline by myself. I love the previous Charles Soule run of Daredevil is really good. So yeah, I would, and if you want to get outside of Daredevil, I would say if you are a Fantastic Four fan, Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, it can get a little weird, but it's actually really good. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's see what we got here. Hey, Freddie Richmond. Hey, glad you made it for your first live stream with me, and I promise to be gentle. This is let's see here. Yes, Hickman's Image books are all great. Yes, I agree with that 100. I think what was it? Black Monday Murders. I believe that was Image. Let me see what other comics Hickman did. Let me see what other comics Hickman did for the Oh, he did work on East of West. So yeah. Yeah, East of West, I would definitely get into that. I tried to read Decorum, but it wasn't for me, so I am not a good judge of that one. Decorum was kind of up its own ass a little bit, and after reading House of X and all that stuff, he's kind of doing the same thing there as he does in a lot of his other comics, where he's got a lot of exposition pages. Decorum had an egregious amount of them in the first issue, so I may have to go back and reread it to get a better idea of what's going on, but we'll have to wait and see. But East to West, definitely East to West. Definitely East to West. Let's see here. Yes, and the nightly news. The nightly news. Yes, yes. And Pax Romana. Yes, those two. All of those. All of those. Let's see here. Yes. Let's see here. Yeah, Bendis. I would go ahead and read the Bendis first, if I'm not mistaken. The Bendis run comes first. So yeah, I would do that first. But definitely, if you, I think the Bendis run is good. I know a lot of people like to shit on Brian Michael Bendis, but I actually like his writing. Bendis has actually done very little that I didn't like. Yeah, now his big events, I think his big events do tend to end with a whimper rather than a bang a lot of times. But when he's just writing an individual story, I think he's actually very good. Very good. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, so now I went a little over on the, I think I went, oh, wait, real quick. Deku Venom has an anime question. Spike Spiegel, did he make it or not, in your opinion? I do not think he made it. I think he died. I think the story ended with him doing exactly what should have happened like just based on everything that happened from the very beginning. I think the Spike Spiegel, I think he's gone. I think he's dead. And he went out like a G. He went out in one of the best ways, not the best ways, but one of the coolest ways humanly possible, and that is in an homage to A Better Tomorrow Part 2. Where they kick the gun and the sword to each other. That is from A Better Tomorrow Part 2. Let's see here. Okay, so there you go. Let's get into we got a Discord question. This is going to come from Salt and Sea, also aka Michael Raleigh. He came through with a little bit of information. Has some updated comments from NATO, the National Association of Theater Owners, Regal Cinemas, and it looks like Universal is likely reversing course on this. But also, tell me about them. Tell me about the X-Men. So here, let's see here. And actually, I'm gonna pull this up. Here, let me go to the question. Here, we're gonna pull this up on here. Okay, so yeah, apparently yes, Universal seems to have definitely it sounds like they've changed their minds. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this story. Says Universal has they responded to AMC boss Adam Aron's note tonight to Universal Studios chairman Donald Langley, in which he told the studio that the chain won't be playing their titles at their global venues. Essentially, Universal says they absolutely believe in the theatrical experience and made no statement to the contrary. And then here, actually, wait, let's go down a little bit. So I think some of this is stuff we've already talked about. Let's see here. Here it is. Here's where to go. Here we go. Basically what they're saying is their whole thing is basically this should not have gotten out in the public. And that's largely what a lot of this is coming down to. A lot of this should not have gotten in front of the public. Like the public should not have gotten their hands on this. And that's exactly what happened, and now things are getting ugly. So let's see here. It says here that NATO, which once again, National Association of Theater Owners, basically, they came out and said, without any knowledge of the facts or the common courtesy to inquire about those facts, Universal nonetheless made the reckless charge this evening that the company is disappointed by this seemingly coordinated attempt from AMC and NATO to confuse our position and our actions. Unfortunately, Universal has a destructive tendency to both announce decisions affecting their exhibitor partners without actually consulting with those partners, and now of making unfounded accusations without consulting with their partners. So there's a little more mudslinging kind of going back there. And yeah, it's looking like shit got real. And you know what happens. I always say, hey, nuck if you buck. And it looks like Universal, because I mean, Universal was talking kind of spicy. We went back. Remember, we were looking at it earlier. They were talking cash money shit. Basically, saying, hey, they're basically saying, pull up. If you got a problem, pull up, call us. And NATO pretty much was like, no, we'll call you, but we're also gonna call you out on your shit too. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I actually don't. I think that Universal probably was not in the right for doing what they did. If they did in fact not consult with their partners and the National Association of Theater Owners, if they did not consult with them before doing what they did, I think that would probably be really fucked up. But that said, I mean, AMC did kind of just come at them out of nowhere. So I mean, I don't know. There's some mud flinging going on here, and I'm not here for it, but I'm kind of here for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's here, let's mark that one as a red. But yeah, there you go. So there's that. With that said, though, that is the show. We have gone 2 hours. Wow, man, where's the time go? But anyways, man, it's a great show, and we're gonna be back again this Saturday. Don't forget that later this weekend, actually, it will be Saturday. Now I'm thinking about it. I believe it's gonna be the second. We are gonna be over at We are going to be over at twitch.tv/nerd901. And we are going to be doing a charity stream for St. Jude Play Live. We're going to be playing Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex Legends. God only knows what else. And we're going to be raising money for the kids. Make sure to swing through. I will be doing something similar over on my side as well, on the Twitch side of things. I will be doing stuff on the 7th, the 16th, I believe the 20... before I speak out of turn, the 21st and the 30th. I'll be doing things on my side, to raise money as well. I will be playing a variety of games. I'll be playing Persona 5 The Royal. I'll be playing Fortnite. I will probably be playing Tekken, King of Fighters, Street Fighter 5. We'll probably be doing some other various and sundry games. I'll probably be playing The Forest and GTFO, some various other stuff. And yeah, we will. It'll be fun. I'm looking really forward to it. I'm looking very forward to it. So make sure to come swing by and help us raise some money for those kids. We're gonna try and raise 1,000. The overall goal between my channel, everybody else's channels are gonna be involved in this. We're gonna try and raise $1,000. To try and help out St. Jude Children's Hospital and help those kids out. Like I said, it's not for me. It's not for me. It is. It's for something that is what I would consider above me. So I wanna help the kids out. It's something that's even though I don't necessarily have any personal experience. With having a sick child or a child who's had to rely on, St. Jude for anything, I still I don't know. I have a soft spot in my heart for kids that do, and also for the parents, who these children belong to. A ways back, I actually got to do something really cool, and it actually kind of changed my life a little bit. I got to actually go to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital here in Memphis, Tennessee, and we did like a little meet and greet with some of the kids that were there, and we were sitting there playing Smash Bros with them, air hockey, just playing all kinds of games with them and stuff, and then not even just seeing how happy it made the kids to see like other YouTubers and Twitch streamers come and like take time out of their day to come hang out with them, but seeing how it made the parents feel as well. Like it made the parents seeing their kids happy and not focusing on whatever it is they're dealing with, which is really awesome. So it's one of those things like, not trying to get too sappy here, but yeah, it's very important to me is what I'm going to say. But anyways, I want to thank everybody who's here, everybody that super chatted, everybody that was just here in the chat, just being cool and awesome, and just listen to me wax idiotically about various and sundry shit. I love you guys. Y'all have no idea, and I really hope that everyone is once again staying home, staying safe, staying healthy. I know a lot of states are opening back up. Please, don't tempt fate. If you can, stay home. If you don't have to go out, please stay home. That said, we're gonna get out of here. Man, I love you all 3,000. I'm gonna try to drop I don't know if I'm gonna drop a video. I don't know if I'll be able to drop it early, but I'm gonna try and drop it at some point today if I can get it finished. For channel members, and then maybe drop. I might actually push it back. I may actually push the video back to Friday for everybody else. So I can give channel members and patrons about a day ahead, or close enough to it. But anyway, man, I love you all 3,000. Man, y'all seriously, man. From the bottom of my heart, plus ultra, goodbye and good night.